Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Nick Reeves and this is the build log, vlog, diary, whatever you want to call it, of this experimental flying wing I've been calling Project A. Now the last video you would have seen finishing off the covering. The only bits of covering I've got left to do will be on the elevons themselves when I make them. But just now I'm going to see about getting the engine on. This is a SC12. The 15, I believe, is exactly the same outer dimensions. It's basically a 12 that's been overboard. So if this isn't exciting enough, I should be able to put a 15 on the front without any issue. So the first thing I need to do, this is an old engine mount that I had. I need to re-drill some holes and get it in the position that I need. So I'll get on with that. So then the engine now in, quite an easy fit. One of the previous videos I said I made a slight error of measurement when I put the firewall spar in, 10mm too far back, so I've accounted for that and where I've mounted the engine into the mount. So I've now started looking at what is going to be next to do, but while I was doing that I suddenly thought I've forgotten something here. So I've got two servos for the elevons and I've got nothing for the throttle. So now I need to do a bit of surgery and try and get a little servo in. So I've got a throttle control. Planning on using one of these little 5-gram servos, cheap as chips, from Banggood I think these came from. I bought 20 of them or something. If one doesn't work, stick it in the bin. They're like, I don't know, £1 each or something if you buy them from the right place in the right quantity. So what I'm planning on doing, so I don't do too much surgery, I'm just going to cut a little notch out on the right hand side of the tank bay, just for the servo to sit in, and then I'm just going to bore a hole through the foam into the bay at the back for the servo lead to go through, just so I don't have to cut out all the tape and everything again. And then once that's done I can then see about getting the tank in. Yeah, so that should sit there. Yeah, it's coming along quite nicely. Maybe so I even get some elevons made up. Okay, so throttle servo is in and gluing. Tested it first to make sure it was working. They just cut a notch out in the foam, slapped it in with some E6000. That's been wedged in with a bit of balsa just now. I have marked the ply in the bottom of the tank bay where I want to put holes for the cable ties. I will do the same with the battery bay as well, but I haven't got that far yet. So I started thinking about elevons. The piece that I had sat here for some reason that I thought was an elevon is just not the right size at all. So I raided the box again, got some sheet balsa and cut some elevons. Now size wise I didn't know what size elevons to go for, so what I've done is just over my shoulder you might be able to see there's a couple of zaggies sat up there. Copied the size of them. It looks about right when they're in place, makes it look a bit more complete, so I'm happy with that. Now from past experience, the normal packing tape that you use for EPP covering and whatnot never really sticks to balsa that well. So I'm going to go down the traditional route, iron-on covering. This stuff's from Hobby King, it's pretty damn good stuff. For years I used solar film and then pro film. Solar film have now stopped trading, and pro film price has gone through the roof. Last time I bought pro film it was in the region of 10 quid a metre or something like that, maybe 8 quid a metre. You have to buy 2 metre rolls, so it works out best part of 20 quid. That's a 5 metre roll, and I seem to think when I bought it it was about 14 quid. So you do the maths and work out how much cheaper that is. It's just as good, it works just as well. The one thing that it does do is the glue doesn't seem to shrink. So at cut edges, when you shrink it, it leaves like the glue residue behind a little bit. So it looks white along the edge. But if you take some alcohol, some IPA or something like that, and just wipe over it, it takes that off. So I'm going to cover the elevons with that. What I need first is bevel the elevons. I've got to bevel the leading edge, but I'm just going to do it single bevel so it's top hinged, just to try and keep the airflow over the top of the wing as smooth as possible. It's not going to be great because the covering job isn't great. There's wrinkles all over the place, but it'll fly. That's the main thing. And it's fun. That's what I'm doing. So I'm doing this for fun. Another problem that I've come across, you probably saw me in a previous video testing servos. I was using that little receiver. It's an AR6115E, and it's labelled as a park flyer. I don't know what range they're meant to have, but it could well be less than what this model needs, so I've just been using that for testing. But in digging out that receiver, or any receiver to be honest, I've found that I do not have a receiver to go in this. So before shooting this segment of footage, I was on the net. I've ordered up 2 receivers. I'm not sure how long they're going to take to come, because they're coming from Far East somewhere. They're 2 Lemon receivers. I've ordered them direct from the Lemon website. Previously I've used them, been really good. I have actually just thought where I might be able to pinch a receiver from, so I might be able to get this flying sooner rather than later. But anyway, I've got 2 receivers coming. I'll be able to then, I think, have everything I need to get this flying. I've got hinging tape, I've got the push rods, I've got horns over there. Oh, one other thing I did notice, I assembled this tank and I thought, oh, I'd best have I've gone for two pipe setup, feed and vent. So one's going to go to the exhaust, one's going to go to the carb to fill it up, take it off the carb, fill it up. What I did notice when I was looking at this this morning, I assembled this a little while ago, the vent pipe was only going about halfway out the tank, so I'd only be able to fill the tank halfway. So I've taken it all apart again and just put it up to the light. I can now see that there's only a little bit of gap between the top of the vent pipe and the top of the tank, so I should be able to get a maximum amount of fuel in there. As I said previously though, if need be, I can fit a 4-ounce tank in here, which it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'm going to go with this first and see how long it lasts for, duration wise. It should be good, it should be fine. We just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm going to carry on with these elevons, try and get them shaped, sanded, covered, on, and get all the linkages made up. And then we're going to be very close to finishing. I think the last thing then will be making up some tips, which I did actually happen to find when I was looking for the covering. There's some Corex board. Should be enough there to make some tips. I've got plenty more underneath. If you don't know what Corex is, again, I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. It's like fluted plastic boarding. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, if you're out of focus. So it's very strong in one direction, not quite so strong in the other. So you have to work out which way you need the strength and cut it accordingly. So yeah, we're making progress. If you're liking this build, let me know below. If you're not liking it, let me know below. I do try and respond to all the comments. They are all appreciated. If it wasn't for your comments, I wouldn't necessarily be doing this. If you're watching it for the first time, this channel, there's a button down here that says subscribe, tick that, and if you also hit the bell as well, you get notifications via email and various other ways, I think, for when I put a new video up. I'm going to try and crack on with this. I've got a few other things to do today, but in the meantime, I'll catch you all again soon.